Hello. Hello, Rudy. Hello, Nin. Hello, Legend. Procrastina. Welcome back from vaudeville. Hey, Fox. How are you folks this eve? This is my second to last evening of out of office.
I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know I could
Clark,
fucking do that.
thank you for 124 months. An astonishing amount of months. Abe, how you doing? Welcome. It is indeed more than 1 month. um, it goes. It's a weird hype train. Um, I was able to fix it in a mysterious way, and I don't like that. But I guess sometimes that's how it goes. Basically, I don't really understand what fixed it. I think my understanding of the way the server was working was a little bit incorrect. Like, I think I had a sort of incorrect framework in my mind of how the server operated. And it was a bit different than that in reality. I am using it in a weird way. Or I'm using what is this? Hold on. Strange. Oh well. Yes, Nin. I mean, you. It seems like you read the what I said in Discord, so I suppose I don't have to explain it again. Hey, Shade, Kiki, welcome. How are y'all doing?
How was I keeping a live frog in my skirt?
Surfer Dude, thank you for 25 months and welcome. Well, so, I mean, I don't think you're wrong, Nin. So I was going to explain, I'm using it in a weird way where technically I have a variety of disparate clients. This is not a normal usage, this is not a normal use case or a typical use case, right? Typical would be you have a server, that's your back end, and then you have your front end, and the front end can represent multiple clients, but they're all within the same app, you know? But what I'm doing is that I have various completely different apps that are connecting to the same server asking
Stop
for
hitting
similar
me!
information. Why was that the world's tiniest name? Korundu, thank you for 30 months. I don't know why your name was so tiny, but hello, welcome, and thank you.
Did I do it?
Wow, Anonymous, thank you for the 5 gift subs, and Valorant, thank you for the 1
this is
gift
our
sub.
big load.
Ay, ay, ay. All of the text in the alerts is itsy bitsy. I wonder if Craig got up to some shit. I mean, there's been a banner on all of our channel pages for a bit now that says Valorant will give gift subs if you give gift subs. It ends tomorrow, I think. So you've missed it all until now. I think Craig basically said he's not up to shit. But let me try. Oh my gosh. Oh no. I refreshed in the middle of that and it's all right. I will rerun it for you, Fox. Fox, thank you for the 5 gifted. Valorant, thank you for the 1 gifted. I cut that off in a funny way.
This is our big load.
I mean, either that or Craig is lying to cover up for what he's up to. Because I did refresh the browser source. And there's really no reason for it to ever change. Only for subscribers, BFA. So it's really not very good.
It's
If we're being honest.
I mean, straight up. I mean,
dude, there's so much shit that happens. Okay, so there's the hype train
I don't know
banner.
why I said those like that. I'm sorry.
There's the banner for Anonymous
That was
giving gift
upsetting
subs.
even for me.
There's the banner for Valorant giving gift subs. I just have a completely inoperable chat right now because
reticulating sperms.
The gifts. Let's see if I can figure out. Okay, Anonymous, thank you for the 10 gift subs. Valorant, thank you for the 3 gift subs. And Food, thank you for the 1 gift sub. But yeah, now if you are subbed, you can scrub the timeline, and if you arrived at the stream late, you could like go back to the beginning, and then you can also, by the way, if you click on the gear icon and in that menu, you'll see when you're in the past on a live stream, there's a speed setting, so you could set the speed to 2x or whatever and catch back up to live. So yay. Twitch has added a paid feature that YouTube has had for free for forever.
Reticulating sperms.
Surfer Dude, thank you for the 5 gift subs. And Valorant, thank you for the 1 gift sub.
You accusing me of cranking it out on stream?
Yeah, you could go to the VOD that's like actively being created, right? But that did depend on the channel, because some channels have subscriber only VODs or just have VODs disabled altogether, in which case you wouldn't be able to do that at all. But it's not a great use case. Not very pleasant to do. Anon is cool. Hey, Zell. Holy shit, I didn't even know that was a thing, Zell. So essentially you could watch the live stream,
Reticulating sperms.
but then you can't access the VOD unless you're a paying member. Anonymous, thank you for the gift sub to Zell. All right. Well, tonight what I want to do is I want to work on the pile of shit that is the maze game and get that a little bit more up to speed is the plan. I'm not sure I want to actually show you guys ScrAD TV before day one now because I don't want you to have spoilers on that. But this is of course related. Now you're already acquainted with the maze game, so I think working on that is almost spoiler free. So, my camel came full. Anonymous, thank you for the 5 gift subs,
this
and
is our big
Valorant,
load.
thank you for the 1 gift sub, and Nin, thank you for 74 months. Very much appreciated.
He has a flat brain.
He has a flat brain. First and foremost, let's get this hooked back up to the server. And I'm just going to grab that from another one of the games. Oops. And slap that in here. Oh. What do you mean? Why are you still... Is it not using this? Wait. What did I do? This game is a huge pile of shit, I can tell you. It's just not using this setting. It's just not using this setting. All right. That's fine. I'm just gonna plug this in here. Okay. So this should get us server stuff. It does. Actually, I don't want to do anything with that. Oh, balls. Okay, the poll is working. Which is good. We're getting poll progress. Blah, blah, blah. What happened? Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, so it's still functional. I think one thing I need to figure out is if there's even a game here. That's that's one thing I've been a little unsure of. Like, I guess you can clear encounters. And I guess you can die. But I don't know. Let's just play it for a little bit. How about that? You good with that? It needs more gamba. Yeah. It needs more horse girls. That's what's really missing here. Hamburger. Hamburger. No, I don't like gotcha games, gamba games, or any of that kind of stuff. Not a fan. I find the games that like are ultra reliant on essentially gambling to be super fucking boring. Not to mention I'm kind of morally opposed to them. But to set aside that aspect, I literally like fall asleep when playing games like that. You know, one of the problems with my ideas where I make these like cryptic games for you guys is that once a significant amount of time has passed, it becomes cryptic to me as well. And I also don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know what's supposed to happen here. What have you guys done so far? More time on the pole? Yeah, probably. It might be in a debug mode. I might need to uh investigate that. Well, it would be nice to see more clearly which thing was selected because we just had a tie for instance, and I don't know which. I don't know. I guess we attacked because it didn't look like we did a question. What does question even do? We nothing. I really don't know where I left this. This might not be the best enemy to be running into initially either. I think we need to run into like one of the original ones and just kind of play it out top to bottom. Okay, something happened. Enemy killed. Something happened to our soul. Okay. All right. So it's able to complete an encounter and continue. So that's good. Are we going to hell? Is that what I intended? I don't know if that's what I intended or not. Okay, we're going to encounter another creature here. I want everybody to question this one. Yeah, yeah, this little stinker. Question. What is your deal, Mr. Lips? I'm not having it. And it looked like it took damage. Console. Console, console. Console, game console. Let's go. No, no, it's fine. It's fine. Let me be. It took damage and it said, "Let me be." Dude, what did I even do? What is this? Dismiss, I guess. Yeah, dismiss this idiot. You think they always take damage? It's not my fault. Oh my God. Okay, do whatever you want this time, I guess. I don't really, I don't know what's happening. You're damaging them up or down. Okay. I think you're right, BFA. I think that is what I did. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't even think it has any depth to it at all. Like, I what would maybe make that an interesting puzzle is figuring out which types of monsters you need to use the different abilities on. But I don't I bet they don't even have a preference. So far we haven't sent anybody to heaven, so that's probably bad, right? Uh okay. This guy again. Yeah, I'll just have to there are configs, yeah. I'll have to check that. I think it's that I didn't make a very good game. I think that's what happened. This is on you. But we could spend some time maybe fixing it up. It was a rush job, but what was weird is that it didn't need to be because it was a total surprise no one was expecting. This guy does have Real Monsters vibes for sure. The Grumble. Is that the one that holds his eyes in his hands? That's Crumb? Oh, okay. You know what's wild is I don't think I've ever watched one single episode of Real Monsters. I'll tell you what, I don't think that the amount of time spent in an encounter in this is good. In fact, I would say that I think it's bad. I think this needs to be like 3 turns tops. You harbor regrets. Why did it say that? Oh, that's a big hairy bug. Pringus Z Prongus. I like that. A bug with a big ass. Is this allowed to be called a spider? This is a sputter. You think every action is leading to the do both things to them path. It has 8 legs and 8 eyes. Okay. I feel like we should start looking at the code. What do we got here? Oh my god. Wow, why are there so many assets for this? There's sound? Is there supposed to be sound? Huh. Okay. I don't know. I don't know, folks. I don't know. All right, we have a JSON. Well, they have health, anger, and phrases. Health, anger, and phrases. Oh, Jesus. Okay. See, these amounts, these numbers are probably bad. These numbers are probably too big. Everything from like here down is also just placeholder spoid. Eye, bone, pile, mouse, neck, spoid. I think there's supposed to be other ones in here. Oh, I haven't given them different names or whatever, but these actually are loading different assets. That's what's going on. Also, fix that. Right. Yeah, health versus anger. Um, okay. Look at this real quick. Attack, absolve. Yeah. Most of this is not good. Minimap. We probably don't need to ever look at this. Game. What is game? What is game? This is our main scene. And then we have our index somewhere. Maps, plural? It'll never actually be plural. Not with that anyway. Yoicks. Okay, this is our actual entry point thing, which, wow, not much here. Yeah. So this basically just sets the basic stuff and then kicks off this. Actually, probably kicks off the preload. All right. Oh. Yeah. None of this is needed anymore. Cells. Oh no. Okay. This is gonna all be related to just math around. Good stuff. I was really thinking hard. I was really thinking hard back then. I don't think we ever need to look at that again either. What's going on with the HUD stuff? We might have to look at the HUD stuff because the HUD stuff I think is fucked up. Ugh. This looks like shit. Utils. Who doesn't love a utils file with one util in it, also wrapped in a class? View. What is this? What is view? Turns out the plan below is flawed. Probably better just have everything draw itself based on proximity to the player. Coordinate based without containers. Good God, what was I up to? Is this even... Is this used? I actually did this the other day, trying to map out what the hell anything was. It's used by stuff. Yeah, I guess view is doing the handling of like the maze world thing. Don't think we'll have to fuck with that either to polish this up, because that's all quote unquote working. What could world be? Oh my God. Okay, so world is like the whole overarching. Wait, what's it doing here? Are we even using the maps? Are we using map.json? Maybe. We're importing it. We're not. We're not importing. Okay, so that's just not even used. That's fine. So this is your level right here, buddy. Ugh. Okay, so this is the actual world. So world, cells, and view are basically the world handlers. I don't think we need to ever look at them again. So it's probably going to boil down to players and entities and HUD and game. These four are the culprits. These are what have done this to us. What's going on in entities? Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, sorry. I've been looking at this and not looking at chat very much because I'm so ashamed. Let's see. Okay, there hasn't been very much chat, so it's all good. It's far too late to try to implement such a thing, but one take on the balance mechanic could be to have to take emotions from some monsters and transfer them to others. Like each encounter, you have to try to balance a few emotions by taking excess, then giving it to others in later encounters, then bring back the needed emotions
Door
later.
floor.
Yeah, I like that. That's interesting. I mean, there's not really a too late. Jack, it is almost scary month. Thank you for 16 months. Very much appreciated and welcome. Ah, great point, Dav. Thank you for clearing that up. I can, Dave. I can do that. Whether I will do that is a different question. Oh yeah, getting it done for the start is a no. But since it's going to be something that's going to be part of all this, I'm just saying that some ongoing development might be a thing. I do like that. Another problem with this actually is that there isn't a win condition. And that obviously is a problem. Smiles as it dies. It does like a Terminator thumbs up thing. Thanks for killing me. Well, yeah. So the trouble partly with that, the lose condition is that you die. I'm not totally sure. The problem with that, if you look at the mini map, is that, and this isn't even the full map, but there's currently the way that it's configured is there's a really big labyrinth, and there's like 200 entities spawned at the start. And it's not clear to me how to reduce that problem. But the reason that it matters, obviously, is because I need endpoints where I know that the game is over so that I can kick back to ScrAD TV. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I just have like a timeout. You get to play for so long and then you time out. Oh yeah, like a set, almost like a demo. Well, let's see. I mean, there's some things that we can change immediately, but like, let me look here. Because what's weird is the. Okay, we don't care about the drawing. Oh my god. Soothe. Ugh. Good God. Damage. Yes, but how are we determining uh which thing we're doing? Question. Wait, what? This dot speak. The player can talk? Why isn't it? Do question. Why isn't the... Does the player speak? Ugh. This is a fucking mess. Okay. It must be bugged. It's supposed to slide in and slide out, I guess. Let's see if this is even... If not dialogue. Yeah, but the things that the entities can say back don't have any relationship to anything. It was just basically pulling from the pool of dialogue that the entities already had. But I guess that was supposed to be like if the phrases sounded like they weren't. But again, like there's nothing that like tells the entity that it's more susceptible to one or the other. I think it's just incomplete. The logic of how like whatever was supposed to happen here is just not, it doesn't actually exist. It's just play pretend. This is one of the entities that just doesn't even have uh any dialogue. Well, you'd either need positive negative phrases, or you would need, like, they could all be positive or all be negative, but you would need some other parameter that says which way this entity goes, right? At the least. Right now, though, I'm examining. Let's do question. I want to see. I'm not seeing these logs. But we just did question. So it's not even trying to it's not even trying to speak. It should be getting called. If we're, I mean, I'm assuming that we're doing execute player action here. Maybe we're not. Maybe this is all being bypassed somewhere. Process poll and choices. Just votes. Blah, blah, blah. We sort them. Determine top vote number. This is a wild... This is a wild move. Why can I... who knows? Right, winners. Shuffle potential winners. Wow, okay. So rather than randomly picking one or the other, I shuffle those fucks. That's how I'm doing it. I shuffle it, and then I'm probably taking, yeah, I'm taking the one off of then. uh, this is the poll end. Food. I don't have timestamps on chat, so I don't know how long ago you said that. This dot actions dot for each. What are you? What? Actions. What? What is this? Oh my god. Actions. This dot actions. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. We're building our list of actions. What? Our actions. Hold the fucking phone. Okay, this dot options. Right. This is us building the HUD menu in the player module. And we're stuffing them in a container. We're putting the container in this dot actions. Okay. So this dot actions is just a bunch of visual elements. And that was doing what in here? Okay, this is where we're doing like, we're putting the votes in there. Animate the change. Okay. All right. This actions for each action. If action dot list was winner. That's fine. Forget that. Oh, it is supposed to colorize it. Is that not happening? Either? Why is there so much stuff that seems like it's here? But then not doing it. And then we pass that text on to execute player action. Okay, and then that's just a switch statement. It's just matching the text. So hypothetically, those should be getting called if this whole pipeline is actually in use. Guess we'll see. I somehow suspect it isn't. But why it isn't is totally beyond me. Okay. No, yeah, I've enabled some of my debug statements, so let's see what happens. Okay. Well, that answers that fucking question. It has not been able to choose a winner. And therefore, okay, so if it doesn't do this, which it can't, okay, that just prevents it from coloring the text. So then what happens? We know winner is blank. So now what happens? So that gets rid of the text. Then we continue our actions. We pass our nothing that we have on to I think that I got it working. This is what's happened. I got it working, quote unquote, or really scare quotes. I got it working, scare quotes. And also broke it at the same time. That's what happened here. A lot of this other stuff probably works, but was busted by my fix. Yes, BFA, thank you. Yes. Okay, it's not totally fucking busted, so that's good. Let's just see what the hell happened here. Let's see what choices looks like. Let's see what just votes looks like after that mess. Let's see what vote max looks like. I am definitely one of the typists of the world. All right, let's see. Let's see what happens. See what we get. I am going to take control. Tank controls, by the way. Okay. Wow. Okay, great. Cool, 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 cool. So, the way, how did this ever work? Okay, so how does it filter out non-winners? Aha. I see. Is this successfully occurring? I would assume it's not. Also, if y'all could manufacture a tie for me. Thank you. Yeah, Zell, for fucking real. That's been my whole day. Thank you for the four-way tie. I really appreciate that. Okay, so winners is let's I'm gonna ride this for another. Please do two of them. Just like question and attack. We're probably gonna run out of time. Oh, you got it. You did it. Oh no. Oh yes. Maybe. You did. You did do it. Okay. It seems like that's working. So then, is this so much simpler than it seemed? I think it is. Because, well, no. Well, let's see. Maybe this shuffle command is bust, right? I think everything's working up to this point. Something's definitely busted. Where is it? See this. Oh, wait. Why is it doing dot text? That's not necessary, is it? I think that's our trouble here. I think that's the issue. I don't think there is any dot text. Oh, it's dot name. Well, let's see. Is winner? Okay, yeah, it is. That's why dot name. That was the thing. That's the thing where I broke it by fixing it. That used to be text. It became name. It's weird that I have captured the winner, but then when I report it in here, I use the action list to say. I guess it's because I'm doing things to the action list in here. So dot text execute player action. Now you see I'm passing in such confusing fucking variable names that I did. See that this is technically this is the winner I've passed in here, so this is also got to be. That's busted that. Okay. So now various things should work again? I mean, I think when you're making a game, most of the time, I would say 1% of the time the game is working as expected. And 99% of the time it's just busted. But if they move at the same time, you can avoid an encounter. All right, I'm taking control here. I'm taking control here. Okay. Now what happens? Things should happen. This is going to be like getting functionality for free. Hey, look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh, look. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, and there's sound even. Oh, you absolved him. And look how far your health moved. Oh, it's all coming together, folks. It's all coming together. This is development. The whole thing wasn't working. The whole thing wasn't working, Wallop. Because a name changed in an object. Yep. It's because I had a safe default in there to cover up. Really, you really want things to fail dramatically, so you know they're failing. I like this so much more now. At the beginning here, I was like, man, why did I make this? And why is it so bad? And here, fucking 50% of the game wasn't even happening. Whoa. 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 Whoa! You fucking died. Oh shit. Hey, we're back and we're staring at Krog's ass. Oh, nope, we're gone. Holy shit, man. This almost seems like a game, kind of. I think uh it would be more feasible to do some enhancements based off of there's so much more working than I thought there was. Oh fuck. Cannot read properties of null, reading destroy. I know probably what that issue is. This is going to be because I'll bet however it is that I'm resetting the game. Look, I'm trying to get rid of it in so many ways. And it was already not, doesn't exist. It's already null. I wonder if I just put like a check in there to like, if it exists, destroy it. If that gets us by. Because who knows what fuckery. Who knows what fuckery. But I'm sure it's some cleanup issue from resetting the game. I don't know what I'm doing now. I knew even less then. It did destroy the game, yeah. So that's also why encounters were taking so fucking long. There's a bunch of monsters. I'm going to take over. I forgot that the phrases were kind of fun how they worked out. Because a lot of the monsters will say like depressing things. It's going to be okay. Horrifying. We don't seem to have any health. Where's our dot? I have nowhere our dot. Oh, that we went to heaven. You're using your soul every turn. So basically it took only 3 consoles to kill you. Yeah, it's by turn, not by result. That's what happened. Okay. Yeah. See, your health moves so far. Yes, BFA. Yeah, look, see, there it goes. Okay. uh, my camel came full. What? Why do we die? Why do we die? Anonymous. Thank you for the 3 months gift sub to Wallop. We tried to start a poll while dead. This is a bug. I didn't have any sort of like state management in this, I think. It was all seat of my pants, chaining bullshit together stuff. And that's why it runs like shit. Wow. Holy shit, that's instant death. It killed you and it. But why? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Let's take a look, I guess. What happens? Okay, so evade. We speak, the entity speaks. We do one if check equals 0. And check is happening where? Okay, so check is a random roll. It is difficult, yes. Check is a random roll. It's used in question. And question will either damage or soothe randomly. And it'll do one. Or, well, it'll do a random amount of damage or a random amount of soothing, but not the same random. And either do one heal to yourself or one damage to yourself. So if you soothe them, you damage you. And if you damage them, you heal yourself with question. I feel like this is revealing all the secret sauce. And the sauce is terrible. That's what we're finding out. In the case of console, that's a guaranteed soothe. Random amount of soothe. And you take one damage. And damage and heal just mean like up and down, apparently. Okay, so dismiss. We fucking died. What did you guys do? What did you choose? You chose attack. And you died? Okay. This is an issue with the game not being reset, I think. I'm just gonna refresh it. I broke it. There we go. Try because like I'm looking at the code and evade shouldn't kill your ass. What evade should do is not this. I mean, miss makes sense, but if it doesn't miss, you should be able to leave the encounter, I think. But apparently, if evade doesn't miss, you heal one, and the entity takes one damage. That is all so confusing. Even when reading what it does, I don't know why any of this does the stuff that it does. The only puzzle here is basically determining what each of the fucking actions do, because that's it. That's the only determining factor. The entities don't really have a role in it at all. I will say, just because there's not preferences or anything in the data here doesn't mean that there couldn't be some in here. So let's see what entities have. Also, I don't really need to fix the game reset problem because in this use case, we don't really intend to replay. It's just one session and then we're out. So I don't have to fix that bug. And that's the kind of bug I like. Okay, so this is the stuff that's loaded in from the config. This is internal stuff. This is internal stuff. Yeah, I'll tell you what. It doesn't look like they have any more depth within. Oh, this was the recommended fix from the other day. I think food you recommended. So they become inactive if there's an active encounter. They don't idle anymore. They don't move. Note to self. due to the way I'm drawing things, I can't do any cool animations to the text. The whole view is deleted and drawn. Probably meant to say redrawn. Which means the text stop existing every redraw, and therefore has no time to tween. May need to consider a better way of drawing to do cool stuff. Yeah, that never occurred. Me from the past. So this is all just displaying text. So that handles them speaking. Random move. Soothe amount. This object. Wow, there's a lot going on here. Soothe this entity object. We tint and we tween that to look nice. On complete, this anger minus equals amount. Huh. Right. So every entity has like 2 life bars, don't they? Is basically what I did. And if this player, if this anger, this, okay, player saves plus equals 1. Woof. Woof. I hate all of this. Oh, God. On complete, this dot die. All right. So this is where you've exceeded or you've completely depleted the anger. And then damage is going to be the same thing, but it's going to be you've completely this, yeah, it's just dealing with their health. Update kills. This dot die. Everybody dies ultimately. Just a little bit differently. Die. Remove from entities list. Remove events objects. Leave cell. Leave? Where's it going? It's dead. Ugh. And then this is the like group manager, blah, blah. We don't care about this. I don't think we care about this. I don't think we care about this. Okay. Ay, 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 ay. You've missed on evade every time, huh? Oh, yeah, yeah. Shiny lights are great. We are basically fish. Quesimo, thank you for 96 months. Very much appreciated. Okay. So to going through all that, take all the shine off of this? If it had any. I don't think it had any shine. Okay. So in that case, it makes sense that you died because you drove your orb all the way up to heaven. I guess. What a sentence. Yeah. I mean, I think that a lot of it is reusable. And I would I would definitely do a lot of stuff differently. The other thing is that there's not really a compelling challenge here. I think that the entities should have there should be some mystery. There should be some risk that you need to like gamble to get information about each entity you encounter, and that the entities should have uh, malleable personalities. Um, yeah, because right now, basically, all of you who are present here and weren't bored enough that you absorbed any of the information that just occurred, you now know like how to never ever die. You just keep that ball in the middle, and you know what all of the moves do, and you'll never ever die. I really like this. I do feel like the play speed feels good now. I think it felt bad before because things weren't happening. Now that things are happening, I think it feels fine. I really, really, really like the question and answer thing. I love how it responds, even though it's totally dumb. You know, it's not, there's not like any intelligence behind why it answers what it does, but I love the combos of that every time it happens. Yeah, it's, yeah, what Foxborn is saying basically. What it needs is for the determination of like what these, this is I think what I intended in my head, is that these actions don't have set outcomes. The outcomes are determined by the properties of the entities, is probably what I intended originally, I would say. So I have a feeling that that's just a feature I never ended up getting to. I don't know, the way it was written, it doesn't seem like it was very good. I mean, it's not checking anything that matters, food. At least with the idea that I just described, it doesn't fit with that. I mean, from what I can tell, it kind of seems like I threw that in just to give it something to show, probably to show the game off, but not intending it to behave this way in the final. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly, BFA. Yeah, it was probably placeholder. I'm glad at least that the damage and soothe effects and the conversation stuff actually feels and looks nice. So I don't have to worry about that. I just need to make the logic behind it more interesting. And also the polling stuff's all working now. And that all looks good, really. Off to heaven. uh, Clark, are you here still? Not atable. Damn. So basically, now that you guys know the parameters, you can just not die. You'd think so. Well, it does have the tug of war of having to play using the poll, and you don't know who's voting and what they're doing or what their intentions are, which might be to just kill the player. Right. So like console and attack and so forth should not be inherently good or bad. It should be based off of the sort of mixture of what the entity wants or what the entity's problem is. Also, that probably shouldn't say test poll. I think I know where that is as well. There's somewhere, some setting somewhere here. Oops. Test poll. Here it is. Thank goodness all the rest of this stuff works. Well, what I meant was BFA is just what, we've been saying. It's just that like uh there's nothing to learn. Literally because of how it's currently set up. I think Fox said it earlier, like you can just do question or console. You can just alternate between question and console and you'll never die. You'll always keep the orb in the middle because that the actions just dictate which way it goes. Oh, maybe it was Fox? Uh Kills and saves. That's a good point because in some sense you can kind of win. You avoid dying, and then you get out of here with either 10 in either column, right? Okay, well that's apparently never ever referenced. There's no logic to it. I can say that. What's concerning is that it's not even connected to the player's data. The HUD is keeping track of its own saves and kills, apparently. Has nothing to do with the player's uh, variables here. It sets it in the update, does it? It didn't look like it. Update save. Oh. Okay, well it's setting the text to the player's saves. Oh, okay, it's just doing this shit is so fucking confusing. It's scaling it up, I guess. These are then they're just holding the objects. Uh, yeah, just a hot element. Wonder what did I change here? Oh, that. Right. There's where we're counting it on the player. There's the HUD stuff. That's all the same HUD stuff. So the entities are telling the player, "Hey, you killed me or you saved me." That's it, though. So there is no like, "Hey, you got to 10. You win." Yeah. So essentially, the big problem that we have, the big problem this game has, is that it is challengeless. Um, oh right, okay, yeah, yeah. So you basically have like you have a health bar that kills you on both ends. That's what's going on here. So the things we would want to change are basically all in here, and then in the entities logic as well, with regards to the personalities of the entities and how that interacts with the selected action, so that it is more interesting. Yeah, it's a vibes game. So just thing by thing here. In the case of the question, actually, I think that that's how questions should work. It's not completely free of risk, and it gives you insight. It's only weird that you wrote it that way, Food. Now, what would be the like parameters? What differentiates our five things? Actually, I think I can see where there was some intention previously. I think attack and evade are kind of two sides of a coin. Console and dismiss are two sides of a coin. And question is the outlier. Yeah, evade is mostly nothing. Well, so my original thinking on this was, like I said, it's to do with like the personalities. It's personalities and issues and baggage, unfinished business. Is like all of these are the theme, right? And in the case of evade, I think what had crossed my mind was like attachment issues, rejection, etc. Dismiss is similar. I think dismiss probably originally was insult, and it does seem like that's kind of the intention based off of the phrase that comes from the player. Also, the player could probably have a selection of phrases for these as well. Well, I was also trying to think of so like this. This is what's really missing. So it could be positive. Like it just wants you to go away. Does that make sense? So the difference in personality is really like kind of it jumbles up what each of these each of the four really intentional actions do. Like maybe question shouldn't have any like healing or damaging effect at all, and just does the clue thing. I think I'm starting to get an idea of a system here. I think I have a sense of a system. What would this be? Is this masochist? This is a really weird thing that I built intention wise. It's really very strange. What would be the like negatives and positives of console? The positives are fairly obvious, right? Uh, what's what makes consoling negative? Low trust. Okay. Your consultation is starting to sound like mansplaining. What do you mean, elusive? That's such a mysterious statement. Oh, consolation. I suppose so. Not really my intention. I gotcha. Yeah, okay. Now, how is attack different from dismiss? Dismiss was really meant like dismissive, like disregarding. Attacking is direct. Not sure how that could be positive. Well, no, because everything in this is actually a conversation. There's no physical attacks. Unfortunately, I feel like the positive for attack and dismiss would be almost the same. Okay. No, yeah, I think that's a good idea. And then attack would be more masochist. Negative just feels like obvious. It doesn't even have to be a specific sort of like like just gives a shit about itself. So these are really just sort of guidance on what the phrase sets would look like, right? And I suppose we'd have 8 phrase sets, 8 phrase set possibilities. And then what would make this interesting and increase the difficulty is that you'll get a jumble of 4 that are not set. So essentially, those are the traits. Oh, interesting. So you mean kind of like somebody who enjoys receiving tough love. I think that makes some sense. I think these make sense. Right, yeah. Enjoyment was the wrong word. This is definitely a touchy topic to play around with. I don't I don't want it to seem, I don't know. I don't mean it to be like judgmental of anything. So, right, okay. So these are the potential traits that the entities have. And then when you ask a question, the questions. Okay. So we have four trait categories that are Boolean and randomly assigned. So we should have 4 questions, 1 for each category, randomly selected and randomly answered. Yes. Yes. I like that. I think that makes some sense. Right? So the way this will work is question will randomly choose one of the 4 categories. You'll get a specific question or category specific question randomly selected, and then the entity will return to you a random answer from its related category. And for the entities, each category has either a positive or negative response depending on which side of the fence that entity falls for that category. And that will create a more puzzling, like you have to do more work to understand what you need to do for each entity. And I think that creates some actual gameplay here as opposed to what we currently have. What do we think? Does this seem like it makes some sense? I'll keep that in mind, Dave. We always want to be looking out for the shareholders. Yeah. Is his name Jared Kushner? I'm already addressing that food. The entities are going to get assigned. So basically, each of these are categories. of like emotional exchanges. And the entities are each going to get assigned either negative or positive for each one randomly. And they're going to have it, well, there's going to be some config settings, but it's not going to be set in stone. So I'm going to config the phrase sets for each category, but it's going to be randomly, the 4 traits are going to be randomly determined per entity. That's my plan at the moment. Trying to have my kisses begin to cave. Okay. Now to determine where I need to make all these changes to make this happen. Shouldn't be too bad. Should be quick, really. I'm not changing a whole lot. One thing I want to do is I think I want to put question first. Can I, is this gonna completely destroy the game? Is this how it's determined? It is. Okay, so that feels better. Question's always number 1. We like our small wins. Oh, those, yeah, the ones that have like a list. Why can't people just like chill the fuck out? There's some people in our part of the world that have this giant sign that they made. This is out in the country. So their drive is like, it's a drive that goes to a house you can't see, but there's this giant sign at the end. And it's actually a really, really well made, possibly hand painted sign. I'm not sure. But whoever did it is an artist. That says, I'd rather vote for the felon than the jackass. And so for the felon on like the left side of the sign, there's a big painting of Trump with like aviator glasses on, and the aviator glasses have like a reflection of the American flag in them. And then the jackass is, of course, they didn't do a caricature of Harris. I think they realized that that probably wouldn't fly too well. Um, so they just did the Democrat donkey. And they still have it up. They didn't take it down after the election. And it is big. It's probably it's got to be like 6 feet wide or maybe bigger. Oh yeah. Better safe than sorry, Elusive, especially lately it's feeling like better safe than sorry is the words to live by. Okay, so to do this then we need some more things. We need a few things. We're gonna have category questions. I'm just gonna sort of like sketch it out a little. Phrases. So these are going to be chained to categories. There's going to be 8. So there's going to be 4 sets, and each set is going to have 2 sets. I'm probably going to reorganize this. I'm just still thinking it through. Category tag. Negative. Whoops. Native. Negative. Phrases here. Positive. Phrases here. And basically 4 of these, right? Will be the new thing. Oh, except for they can't all be called set. Yeah, these aren't dictionaries. So it'd really be like this. And this would be what's the order of them? Attack, console, dismiss, evade. And then just not have these. Position. There we go. So these will replace this. And then the entities will have these which determine which way we go. And that could probably just be sort of like I mean, not preset like this, but randomly assigned. Those will determine the phrases that they answer with. Probably want a config entry for chance for positive per trait. And then init reads from the JSON. Why? Because I was just gonna have them have totally randomly assigned traits upon spawn. So basically, when they're initialized here, I don't think it really needs any weighting or anything like that. I think they will feel different enough anyway. I think that would be so nuanced as to be unnoticeable. And I mean, this is going to give a pretty decent tree of variability in terms of responses. So we have a utility here, identity. Identity. Oh, identity must be, it's the whole thing. That's what I was calling it. The identity. Interesting. So for the traits, my goodness. Probably just do something like this. Yep. Yeah, it's fine. Just 200 times. I just wanted to see that it looked good. Hmm. Why did that break? I didn't even save what I did in here, so I don't think so. Oh, is that why? That would cause a fuck up. I have written no protections against that sort of scenario. Questioned the empty hallway. That's great. Okay. Um so everybody's gonna need this. And we're gonna migrate away from the old phrases. The questions are gonna be category based, is what I'm thinking. Let's go ahead and save that for now. Oh, we have an active poll. Rip. Anyway, this is fine. Probably doesn't need to be predefined, but what is that coming in as? An object. Okay. Okay, so we kind of have what we need for the entities, where we have the traits established on everybody. We have our data structure for the phrases. This is unhinged. I should get rid of this stuff. Hell yes, excited. Okay, let's do some things here. So this questions attack. Oh, negative. Positive. So that's how this will work as well. Oops. There we go. Soul, attack, soul, miss, evade. Oh, did I not type evade, or I just forgot? There we go. So we'll randomly select a category and not randomly select the question. Oh, actually, no, we don't need negative and positive for the questions. That doesn't make sense. What am I thinking? I'm not thinking. Yeah. We just need a question set per category. Right. Because, yeah, the entity is going to determine whether it gives us a positive or negative answer. We're not going to know. So, yeah, that's fine. And then I'm going to have some variations on the questions to kind of shake that up. Yeah, I was just going on a rail for some reason. We died. Surprised you didn't do attack question, console question, so you could test running them. What Why do I'm lost in the speak? Oh, I see, I see. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I could do that. I'll just have it generic for now and then make sure that we're pulling. God damn it. Fair enough. So yeah, it would make sense to test this like so before switching over to the cryptic stuff, because then it's like, is it working? Don't know. You can just say like, I suggest instead of surprised you. So it doesn't have such a certain tone every time. That's fine. It's just it always feels like you're like saying, "Oh, I thought you were good at this, but you didn't do that. That thing that I thought of." You see what I mean? So I need to do two determinations here. On the player's end, we can randomly select whatever category. But we need to get the same category based answer from the entity. And how are we doing that? Oh, we're just right here. We're just saying, we're just telling the entity to speak with no parameters. And when we do that, okay, so optionally, I guess we handed a phrase because clearly we weren't doing that in player. That's because we're reusing speak all over the place. If phrase, phrase. Else, random phrase. Oh, okay. So I don't love the way that this is set up, but I suppose I could also optionally pass in a category. Hey, why are you yelling, Mr. Bear? But the category shouldn't be optional. Ugh. Not to mention, if I switch completely over to that approach, this is going to have to change totally. Well, not totally, but yeah, one thing I don't love about how I wrote this, obviously I overcame this sort of approach later because Scream Day Survivors is way nicer. But in this, everything is piled into weird places. Like this is handling its content, its appearance on screen, its movement. It's all in here. You can pass null as a parameter, yes. Um, yeah, I could do null category. I mean, basically, this is already written that way to where if you don't provide anything, or if I were to explicitly put null in when I call speak, this right here is going to catch. If phrase is null, then it's going to go to the else and choose a random phrase from the entity's phrases variable. So similarly, category can just work the same. It just feels yucky. And the other thing is that to switch over to the category-based phrases means that this stuff there always has to be a category. That's the kind of funny thing. Well, there always has to be a phrase too in the end. The rest of this we can actually ignore. It doesn't matter. It's always got to be drawn on the screen, and that's always going to happen in the same way. So we just ignore all of that. We can also ignore this first bit, but it's whatever. So that's all that needs to change is right here. We need to always pull from the categories. Yeah. Yeah, random category is probably, well, in this case we need an explicit one because we're going to choose a random category for question. And then we have to pass that to the entity. So this would become like null category. And this also, so the players speak this must be down here. Yeah. This song is almost Country Road. What track is this? This is Star Ocean on the Super Nintendo. No, it's not. The image I'm being shown is Star Ocean, but the chapter says Equinox at Lena. Just have to wait to waterboard myself. So missed if there was an answer to what the start time for ScrAD would be. Just normal time. I might start it a little early to let people play around with the new toys. But around normal starting time, I won't do any I won't begin anything until certainly after my normal starting time on Wednesday. And yeah, starting October 1st, per normal. Right. So, category. No choice to move forward but to break things here. Nope, not categories, category. I'm going to get rid of this. Okay, all of this is a pain in my ass. This has no handling for if the phrase is not determined. Actually, no, I'm silly. I'm silly idiot. The player doesn't need this. We're not determining that any of that in here. So no. The player, we don't need to do any of that. We're going to determine that shit in these. We have our categories. We know what the category is. The question we don't. Oh yeah, but I do need. So we have our questions. And then we have our new phrases, which is going to be very similar to this. phrase. Okay. Lovely. That's the missing piece for the player. So then this would be like, phrases attack this dot scene dot random range. Ah, frig. That'll work well enough. Phrase. And that's gonna be basically the format for all these. Except for no problem. Oh my lord. I don't need anything for these. If evade ties with something else, it does both actions. Prove it. It's doing 2 actions every tie. We don't even have to vote. Oh. Let's see. Did we die and I didn't notice? It's probably that we died and I didn't do a refresh. It's most likely what occurred. Because this game doesn't have good handling for resetting, which we don't have to worry about because that's not It's not going to matter. But that's what was happening. Okay, so now we have random phrases, random category-based phrases for the player. And that should work without breaking. Unless, oh God. No, wait, yeah. Was there not an entity in that spot? Oh well. That's weird. That's a new weird thing. Console phrases here. Fantastic. Okay, we're off to the races, folks. Now then, we need questions. Okay, so we need to choose a random category. So for that, we can do category is not defined. Oh, that's all right. I'll fix this for now. Okay. Choosing a category and then phrase is just always going to choose. Oh my lord. I can't type for shit. Oh my god. Actually, questions category. Now do some questions. Vote per question, I guess. I'm just doing various crimes, various code crimes. Okay, dismiss questions here. That's what we wanted. Let me also do... Oops. Oh my word. Oops. We have a poll going. It is going to fuck up. Okay. Now let's do questions. Please vote for question. Hey, Mr. B, did you come in here to honk? They came in here at midnight on the dot. Nice. Let's just do a few of these. Fantastic. And now we have a category to pass to the entities as well. So once I do that, I'll have the whole conversation portion worked out. And then I just need to adjust what those do based on the traits in terms of healing or damage. And then I think we kind of sort of have a game. Do this as well. Well, I appreciate the help with this tonight. I feel like I got my head around it in a way that I definitely didn't have before. And I actually feel like it's in a pretty good place and we can get it to a gooder place, which is nice. Yeah. For real, BFA. Exactly like that. Ooh, that was a miss. All right, folks. Thanks for all the help. I appreciate it. It's been cool. Oh, Screamy Day soon. Very, very soon. Y'all have a beautiful night. I will see you tomorrow.